For some boom, baby, boom, right, and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. I'm your host with the mostest, Mark Saint, and every morning I get up and I am blessed to be alive. And today is no different at all. We are here live from the Oasis bungalows, and we're meeting people. Do you want to meet people, Mia? Mia, yeah, now you're on the show. We gotta say moi.
Moi.
Yeah, Namoy. We got Finland people in the house. We got people from all over the world coming here, and you should come here too if you're trying to break up your patterns and do something different in your life. This is the competition. This is what we do, bro. We fucking have to get in this game called life, and that's why I'm doing the show today about competition. People being competitive with each other. It's very competitive here on the island. I went yesterday on the boat trip. I only got a little bit of it. I didn't have a signal, so I didn't get to be able to show everybody everything. But man, I brought a girl to the boat, and this other old dude, I mean, just was all over her, wouldn't leave her alone. And I'm like, bro, go eat your own meat. Bring somebody else to the boat trip. Get off my girl. And he was like trying to get her fucking Facebook and shit. And I started to think to myself, it was just like how competitive it is, you know? Like who meets the girl first, who's getting laid, who's pulling who's with who. It's a whole fucking competition of things where there's so much fish in the sea. There's so many people that could share, and everybody's trying to eat the same meat. And I was like, the thing is to get to hunt your own meat, and that way you can be like a jaguar and climb into a tree and eat your own meat without somebody else coming in and fucking trying to steal your meat. And that's what I keep telling people. It's like when you're competitive, right, you basically are being jealous. And this is a thing that envy is a deadly sin, right? Like people get envious of other people's situations or positions or what they have and what they don't have. And it's the easiest way to make yourself unhappy is to be able to compare yourself to someone else or be jealous of what someone else has when you don't know what that person's going through. It's so easy for us to be like, oh yeah, he's got this hot chick, but she might be a bitch and they might fight all the time. Or oh, they're married with kids, but they're about to get divorced and she doesn't let him see the kids. Or we don't see the other side of jealousy. We don't see other side of earning something and having something of your own. There's always going to be somebody that wants something that you have, and it's like a very bad position to be in, a bad kind of mentality to have something like and think that it's just yours, you know, like you can't grab it any further. You can only cup it for a little bit of water to sip it, but it's like water. The more you try to grab, the less you have. And that's what we end up doing. We end up seeing the monkey trap of something shiny that we appears to be shiny. We put our fucking hand in the hole, we make a fist, and now our hand can't leave the hole. We literally trap ourselves with these ideas that somebody has it better than us, or that we want something, covetousness, you know, coveting something that belongs to someone else's wife, someone else's position, someone else's money. It's always going to be something that you're going to want more than the other person. And that's the thing. I was like, nah, man, I'm not trying to compete with you. You can fucking go get your own meat, bro. Like, get off my meat. Stop trying to fucking eat my meat and go get your own fucking meat, asking for fucking Facebooks in front of me. I'm like, bro, cut it out. And like, she literally had to like let him walk ahead of her because she didn't feel comfortable with him being behind her. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, I'm not trying to be with something that ain't mine. I'm not trying to get something that doesn't belong to me. I want stuff that belongs to me and only me, and it has my name written all over it, versus something that somebody else wants to take from me or steal from me, or is jealous of me for something that they could have themselves. They could go talk to women and it, like I did the day before the boat trip, and invite somebody to the boat trip. So I had a girl to talk to. I brought my own girl, so I had someone to talk to. This dude was all over because we were all dancing, and she was dancing and kind of gyrated near him, just to, she gyrated a couple friends, but nothing like bad. This guy thought it was an invitation to the gangster nation, and just was all over her. And it was like, bro, stop trying to fucking compete, man. This is like the second, third time I had to smack up some dude here in Ko Chang because they were trying to compete for something that hour was already after. Literally talking to the girl, and some dude coming up, you want a drink? And I'm like, I'm already talking to her, bro. trying to get her away from me, pull her away from me, and that's fine. She's hooking up with somebody else, and that's cool and all. Everybody's free to hook up with whoever they want. But two, I got a cold. There's a cold going around the island. My nose won't stop running. But like, what a weird mentality to want something that belongs to somebody else so bad that you're willing to take it from them, so they're minus something, but you're a plus something. And I think that's a very bad human behavior, to be able to say, well, at least I got it, and that's all that matters, you know? And it's like, no, you can go get it yourself. Then it belonged to you. Then you won't have to minus from somebody. It'd be two pluses. I got what I got because I brought it, and you got what you got because you brought it. And that's something that we could share if we all bring enough, right? It's like going to school and not having enough candy for everyone, right? You know, someone's always going to feel left out. But what about the people that supply enough? And it's like a potluck. It's like there's enough for all of us to fish in these seas. And that's what I was telling the homie. I was like, why are you trying to compete with me? I'm like, bro, you trying to wrestle? Like, you want to wrestle, bro? I told him, I said, bro, there's no reason we should be all over the same shit. And he was like, kind of like, what are you talking about? Like, there's plenty of fish in the sea. You don't have to fucking be all over me or whatever fish I'm chewing on. It's kind of like bears or monkeys or any other mammal. It's like, I'm chewing on this fish. I'm chewing on this meat. I don't want anybody near me. Dogs, you know, it's like my friend's dogs had to have separate bowls because they go, it's my bowl. Get away from my bowl. Get away from my meat. Mammals know. Monkeys, you know, elephants, they know, you know. But it's the human mammals that always try to take something that doesn't belong to them, that might steal something or might have envy of someone else's stuff. They did a test with these monkeys, right? And the monkeys were right next to each other. And I've said this many times, but one of them got a grape, which is like sweet sugar, and the other one got like a carrot or a cucumber, and he threw it at the guy. I'd never forget this. Threw it at the fucking tester or whatever the dude's name is, and the researcher. And it's like, yeah, when we see someone else have something and we want it as bad as them, we'll get this feeling, this very human feeling that we're missing out, or we want the same thing, and we covet these things thinking that this will make us happy. If we're in that person's position, in their shoes, we forget that we have to get their problems too. We get their challenges as well, and everyone has some kind of storm inside of them that you can't see, and you're over there being jealous of something that doesn't even belong to them or you. And that's something that I've really been looking at, the competition on the island, and this people, friends, I'll have friends over. I told about the Australian guy, and he was like, oh no, I would never step on your toes. Bro was leaning over his chair asking her all the questions. She was talking to me, and then he wanted to get in on it, and then later on he was just talking to them by themselves but didn't even acknowledge me. And I was like, yeah, bro, you're a cock blocker. You're literally trying to block. I invited you on the energy, you're not inviting me back to the energy. And that's when you start reflecting on people and their energies and see who's really into things, right? Like, who's really into your real friends, where they don't want your girlfriend, or jealous that you have money, or jealous that you're traveling, something like this, when they could easily travel themselves. They haven't made those decisions yet. They didn't do the work that it took 15 years for me to get to this position. So it's one of those things, is like, I've heard it many times on the trip. Fins in Finland, some dude in the park, he's like, I want to own a clothing brand. I want to travel the world. And I'm like, I'm sure you do, but do you want to be homeless like me when I was? And or how about when I'm out of money? Do you want to be me as well? Or when I'm lonely? You gotta wear both shoes. And I think everybody wants the left shoe, but forgets the right shoe. They forget that the other shoe's gonna drop, and that's important. That there's another side to something. That's what Saints Addiction is all about. These dichotomies. We see something and it looks so shiny, but we forget the darkness in it. We forget whatever the price it is to have it. And it's like, you know, sure, you could go probably travel the world on someone else's dime, but maybe they want to fuck you in the ass all the time. Or maybe sure, you could get cool Instagram photos, but maybe you're the only one taking them, and you're all alone, and you have no one to share it with. They're so easy for us to get on Instagram or social media and say, I'm jealous of this thing, I want what they got. And it was like, yeah, but what's the price for it, bro? One of my girlfriends was saying the other day, this girl I saw, which I know, it's a stripper from Vegas, and I follow her, and she had this list, and she was like, I'm going to Burning Man, I'm going to Ibiza, I'm going, doing all these cool fucking things, right? And super cool things. And then it turns out, my friend goes, who's she fucking? That's who you gotta ask, Mark, because now she's fucking some other new dude, and it's just like that. It's like you gotta, sure, you're gonna get to go to Burning Man, but maybe you're going to go with some guy you barely know, and he's gonna break up with you, and you're gonna have a mud man instead of a Burning Man. There's something for everyone to see the jealousy in the party and be like, oh, I missed out. The FOMO gets real, the fear of missing out, and you think you're missing out, and then you get to Burning Man, it turns into Mud Man, and then there goes all the selfies, there goes all the what's the word I'm looking for? The selfishness of it instead of the community of it. And that's what I was just thinking to myself. If you're in a real community, your friends aren't going to hit on your own chicks. They're not going to get jealous. They're going to be proud of you, and they're going to encourage you to keep living your blessed life. And the other people are going to be like frenemies, where they're going to just be a little bit more jealous than they pretend to be. And it's a secret envy. I have a friend in Vegas who constantly competes with me. I'm free. I travel. I go. I own my own business, and he's in the print business too. But if I was hollering at a girl or one of my models, he would also follow them all. And then one of my other friends would start DMing these girls, and then they're like, "Hey, you know your buddy? What's his name? What's his fucking Josh? You know your buddy Josh? Yeah, he asked me for some photos and he never paid me." And I'm like, "What kind of photos? Like sexual photos?" It was like $300. And now I got to call my friend. I'm like, "Hey, you know the friend that you DM'd is actually my friend, and she knows that you're my friend, and now she's DMing me to make sure that you pay for something that you shouldn't have been asking for." And that he did like 4 or 5 of my models, where it's like he didn't meet anyone of his own, he didn't hunt any of his own meet. He just tried to DM like, "Hey, I'm Mark Saint's friend, and let me get in your DMs and let me like holler at you or try to sleep with you." This whole fucking thing happened, like making my friend origami and creeping her out, and like 4 or 5 different friends. And it was just like, this is what happens when you don't do your own hunting. This is what happens when you try to steal someone else's meat. This is when you do something unhonestly, right? Like, you didn't bring the girl to the fucking boat, so stop trying to fucking take her from the boat, bro. Like, you get what you give, and if you bring it, then you get to take it. But if you don't fucking bring it, if you don't bring your A game, you don't fucking open, and you don't close, you don't get to fucking eat. And that's sales 101. It's like, you got to go after what you really fucking want, and then and assume the close too. You don't gotta have the balls to ask for it, but you have the balls to pretend that's gonna happen. Last night was a full moon. I tried kissing 3 different girls last night, and I got no lip action whatsoever. It was like awkward kisses the whole way, and all I want to do was manifest them making out, and it didn't happen. And I was so like, oh man, what the fuck, dude? This is like full moon. I'm feeling the energy. I just want to kiss, and that was it. Like a real makeout session. And it was like not gonna happen, but I kept trying, and that was the whole point. It's like I kept digging, kept knocking, kept trying to make it work for me. And a lot of people, they're working against themselves or working against their friends or competing. And it's like, if we work together, we can go further. But motherfuckers are be like, I just want to get ahead. And this kind of selfishness, this entitlement, the stealing that goes on. It's like, bro, I've had to do it like 3 or 4 different times on this island of dudes just wanting to get my girl, or talk to the person I'm talking to, or go to the trips I'm going to. And it was like, bro, if you had friends, you would have been invited to the boat trip. If you would actually talk to girls, you'd have a girl on the boat. And if you actually had some game, you wouldn't be stealing from somebody else. Facts. There's no reason to be jealous if you're willing to work for it. And if you have the aptitude and the attitude to fucking go after it, then guess what? That's what's exactly what you're gonna get. You're gonna get what you get after. And a lot of people are trying to do short work, or cut someone at the kneecap, Shanghai them. I was trying to explain that to someone the other day. Shanghai is a Chinese term for people that were in debt, and they used to cut the back of their Achilles and the back of their knee. Shanghai means you ain't never gonna walk again, cutting those tendons. And that's what it just felt like. It was like these motherfuckers trying to undercut me. They're trying to smile in my face and be in the ocean with me giggling, and at the same time asking my girl for her Facebook right in front of me, or wouldn't leave her alone, or it's like, well, she's just trying to dance, and he was like, oh honey, save it for the bedroom later, and trying to talk to her all like it was his girlfriend. And I was like, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get that shit out of here. I'm competitive. I did the work. You can't eat here anymore. You've been here for an hour. You've been here for 1 hour. You go now. You pay now. You know, and that's a lot of people want. They want the prize, but they don't want to pay the price. And there's a price for everything. So if it's your day game, putting in effort to talk to beautiful women, or making some kind of effort to have somebody on the boat trip, then you'll have something in the end. But to take it from someone else means that you're a fucking creeper. And I had to tell him about himself. And his brother's like, oh, he's just like that. And I'm like, yeah, but he's creeping my fucking girl out, drying up the pussy, and making everybody else fucking uncomfortable. And that's not cool. So as everybody else is comfortable and everybody else is free to do what they want to do, then it gets to be cool. The moment that they start trying to take something that doesn't belong to them, it's not cool. And that's what I was just trying to talk about, is this competitive competition of people that they're always trying to compete for something that they didn't even earn. And it's like, if you won the race, then you get the cheerleader, right? If you get the touchdown, cheerleader gets on your shoulders, touchdown, win, boom, you're winning. If you don't put any effort in, you don't put any kind of work, you're not going to get any outcomes, and your outcomes are going to stay the same. And I'm shocked by people trying to take something that doesn't belong to them, or think they're going to earn something without putting in any effort, or things belong to them just because they see someone else having them. It's like, come on, bro. I wish I had a Lambo, but I know it's going to take work to get it. But always there's some kind of human trying to circumvent the process. They're trying to go around somebody and sneak it. And then it's like, if you do it in a sleazy way, then you're not going to earn it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I made a G today, but we did it in a sleazy way. That's a Tupac's lyric, you know? If you do it in a sleazy way, it's always going to come out awkward. You're always going to be the weirdo, making people feel uncomfortable, pushing people past you because you try to take something that doesn't belong to you. And it'll belong to you the moment that you try to work for it and earn it. And that's the thing that I've been doing, is just earning it, putting the work into the bungalows, putting the day work in, talking to the girls, or making sure I had somebody to talk to on the boat. I earned it. And that's what this is all about, is about getting shit that belongs to you. And it's only going to belong to you if you go after it. And that's the whole thing, is a lot of people are trying to go after something with the light work, and it's always the easy work that we get done. We don't want to do the hard work. We don't want to do our thesis, or we don't want to do our homework, or we don't want to get on our laptops, because all we want to do is play on the beach all day. But to play on the beach, we got to earn some income to earn that beach. And that's, a lot of people just want to just get the good stuff. They don't want to do any work for it. They don't want to earn it. They don't want to go after it, and therefore they don't get to get it. And that's the whole thing. It's like, you're going to get what you give, and you give in the energy, and you put it in there, then you'll receive it. If it belongs to someone else, you're not going to receive it. And that was the whole thing. It was like, she was obviously kissing on me and holding me, and we were together, and this dude was just kind of constantly vulturing, being a vulture, trying to culture vulture, steal something from somebody else because it's something that they like. Maybe it's their dreadlocks, maybe it's their baggy clothes, maybe it's their hip-hop music. We'll all go after something, go, that's mine, or I wish I had something like that. Instead, it's something that you can make your own culture, you can make your own clothing brands, you can make your own personality, basically. And at the same time, motherfuckers would be like, I'm stealing personality, I'm stealing your girl, or I'm stealing your money, or I'm trying to steal your position. And it's just like, nah, man, I earned this position. You want to live in the bungalows? Go build them. Be here for 15 years. Go talk to the girls during the daytime. Do all the work that it takes to get there, and you can have it too, bro. I'm not doing anything that you're not, that you can't do. It's just I'm actually doing it. And that's the thing, is like, most motherfuckers, they don't want to do the work. They just want it to fucking fall in their lap. And like my dad said, Miss America ain't gonna show up offering blowjobs around here. You're gonna have to fucking go out there and go get her. And that's the whole thing, is like, go get that girl. Stop trying to take someone else's girl. Go get that opportunity and open up that door. Knock on it. If you put in that effort and you hit the knock, and you're brave enough to, whoever's behind the door, whatever they're going to say, that sales. That's like door-to-door sales, just like your boy John Paul Mitchell. He fucking went door to door selling fucking encyclopedias to people back in the day before there was internet, and it was one of the hardest jobs. He said 90% of these people are going to quit. They told him the first day, 90% of you guys are going to quit, and he thought, I could be that 10%, I could be that 3%, and he did. And he said, you never know what next door you're going to talk to. He had like a 2-door knock policy. At the times he wanted to go home, he knocked on 2 more doors. And it's like, that kind of effort is going to be John Paul Mitchell, the billionaire, later, with his mess mezcal, fucking tequilas, and I think he did Patron actually. And these kind of investments, he was such a good person that people wanted to do business with him. He wasn't going to steal something from you. He became an honest person. Those are the people that you're going to invest with. Those are the people that are going to be in your corner. So it's a lot of those kind of people that you look for and you go, okay, who am I going to do business with? Well, if you're trying to take my girlfriend, probably not going to do business with you. Or you get jealous and watch other people talk to your girl, and you stare across the room, chain smoking cigarettes, staring at people. That ain't the fucking business, bro. That's not the look. And it's exactly what this guy was doing. He was just fuming, getting steamy because I was talking to this girl, she was talking to me, and the whole time he wanted to eat my meat. And I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here. I'm already chewing on this. It's my dog bowl. Get the fuck away. And it's like that, you know. It's like this competitive competition of people always trying to fucking get one on top of each other or do something to beat someone else, when the whole thing is to build a team. It's not to beat a team, it's to build a team. And a team that works together beats anything. You know, people that have skill sets that you don't have, or maybe you got a tall center, or you just got to get a whole group of teams. We're not all good at everything. So when you build a team that can play well together, there's something you can do. Lucci, what happened? What happened? What happened? Come on, say hi. Say hi, man. Say hi, my friend. Say hi, my friend. Yeah, look at this good-looking motherfucker. Yeah, bro. What are you doing? You guys just coming to...
Yeah, I go for lunch.
Yeah?
To swim.
Okay. Are you coming Mimo Bar later? On the beach? That's where we'll be. Yeah, okay. Mimo. See you later, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it, dude. If I don't build friends and know friends and make them invite them, then they won't know where to go. But if I plant the seeds, then they'll grow, and then they'll be my shade later. Then I'll have friends around me. Then I'll have people to go visit, and then I'll have friends around me at the party instead of just being some loner just sitting there. I built a team around me of locals and people that I like to be around and do things like that. So if you don't grow, you'll never know. If you keep trying to fucking go after some shit that don't belong to you, it ain't gonna come. And if you don't do the work, it's definitely not going to grow. So that's the whole thing we got to go after, is that kind of that attitude, like, you know, I'm going to do the work. So the prize is already mine because I'm willing to pay the price. And it's not just cash value, it's the late night works, it's the knocking on the 2 extra doors, it's the still going after it even though you're disappointed or broke or aren't getting anything back out of it. This is the kind of things that I'm talking about. These are the things that let you know that you really want it. It's because you kept giving the effort. And that's what Saints Addiction is all about. If you really want it, all the excuses go away. You get after it, and you get what you want, because you put in the work, not because of a want. It's because of a will. And I will it. So we were manifesting everything last night. Yeah, it was like somebody needed a cigarette, boom, cigarette was right there. The girl said she wanted techno music. I'm like, let's manifest some techno music. We had a bunch of Spanish people on the boat, and they kept playing that fucking salsa shit, and she was dancing and stuff, but she really wanted techno. And I was like, let's manifest it. Watch, let's see how magical we are right now. Sure as fucking shit, dude. Techno came on. I said, see, this is the kind of day that you ask for the lottery numbers. This is the day that you make a gambling, when you're manifesting and you know that the outcomes are coming your way. And then it comes out every day. You know, you literally focus so hard that the details of the dream that you want start to come to fruition. I've been wanting a boat trip. I missed the boat trip last month, and all I kept wanting was to hang out with my friends, and then all the local friends were throwing a party, and someone told me the day before, and I was like, why didn't you invite me? He's like, oh man, there's so many people to invite, I forget, you know? All right, cool. He said, well, one person canceled. I'm like, I guess that's me. And then I was like, okay. And then he's like, had a group of 14 people that had kids with them, and they saw the list of people coming. They all canceled. They're like, this isn't a family event, and it wasn't. People were snorting, you know, bumps of blow and doing things adults do, but the thing was like, okay, there's 14 spots left, let's invite 10 more people, let's get this party really going. And then it was like, you know, not that many people, and I was like, how about some girls? And me and my buddy Duffy looked at each other like, yeah, we need to get some chicks. And I was like, I'm not going home tonight till I invite a girl that I want to go to the trip. And this girl came by, I looked beautiful, and I'm like, oh my god, you look like this girl I've seen off of Instagram. And I showed her, and I'm like, you want to see? And she sat next to me, and we started hitting it off. And I was like, come to this boat party. She's thinking in her head with her Gemini mind that I'm selling the boat trip, or I'm just trying to earn an income or do something like that. And I'm like, no, bitch, that's not what this is at all. I'm not trying to make money off this trip. I'm inviting you with locals so you can meet real friends and a real vibe. If you look at all the other boat trips, it was like the Korean couple with their kids, with the Norwegian girls by themselves, and nobody's really talking to each other. And that's a really long, weird boat trip for 3 different islands to be around a bunch of strangers, when you could be around loving people, people that are already friends, people that are already smiling. I could tell this girl, she walked past me on the beach, and I said, "Don't forget your smile." She's like, "Bitch, who are you talking to?" You know, kind of took that attitude. Motherfucker, this, you motherfucked me. And all I said is, "Don't forget to smile." That was like a month ago. And then I see her again, and she's like, "Oh, that was you on the fucking thing." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't even recognize you." And she's like, I was like, "This bitch." And I was like, you motherfucked me after I told you to smile?" She's like, "I did." I was like, "Who the fuck are you talking to like that?" And turns around, I said, on the boat, I said, "Look around, everybody's smiling. Everybody's smiling on this boat right now." And that is irreplaceable. So to be able to get that kind of energy out of it, to be able to get what I wanted out of it, and manifest a woman on the boat, manifest someone to talk to and hit on, just unabashedly flirting, and just something, just a couple kisses, just a little bit of affection and action, only because that's what I was manifesting, and that's the energy I was putting out into the air. Tried to fucking make out with 3 different girls last night. It was full moon. I just wanted to make out on a full moon. It was a manifestation, and everything else that you want can be a want till you put in some work and make and will it, and then it becomes a have. And it's be, do, have. Be who you want to be, do what you got to do, then you can have it. And most people want to have, do, be. They want to just have it and then do whatever it takes, then they can be it. No, you need to be it from the beginning. You need to be about it. Like we say in America, it's like, be about it. If you're really about it, like I'm about my shirt game, then I'm gonna go get I found an iron, I found a ironing board, and I got my blank shirts, and I got my designs. I'm fucking in on it, bro. I'm fucking in it because I'm in it to win it. And if I didn't put any effort into it, it wouldn't be anything. It would have never, Saints Addiction would have never grown. I would always just talk about, oh yeah, I want to do this shirt idea one day. No, now I actually have a shirt business. I actually have a print company, and I actually got a business because I said this 15 years ago. I said it 15 years ago. I want to own a bungalow. I want to live my life around the world for the best weather around the world, and I want to have a worldwide brand. And it was only because I put my time in that it even fucking mattered. So it's like one of those things where you gotta fucking put in what you want to get out of it, and it isn't gonna fucking happen unless you do something about it. And most of us just keep falling into our pitfalls and our habits, and we're shocked while our outcomes haven't changed. And it's a little because we haven't changed. You want change, you got to change, and that's about the only change that I want is change behavior and being able to get the outcomes I want because I changed and I did something different versus I just wanted it and I waved the magic wand and it magically just happened. It doesn't work that fucking way. You gotta actually do the fucking lifting. You gotta actually chop the fucking tree. You gotta actually buy the fucking ticket. You gotta actually swallow the fucking pill, and then you're in the game. Then you're gonna get what you want out of it, and that's just fucking facts of life. So don't be fucking shy. Don't be afraid. You can hunt your own meat. You're a jaguar. You can climb the fucking tree, grab a whole gazelle in your fucking mouth, and fucking eat an impala in the top of the treetops by yourself and chew on that meat, and all the other hyenas can just fucking get thirsty like this old dude was yesterday and just getting around the tree and trying to be super thirsty and get something after me. It's not gonna have to work like that at all. We can do something positively. We can earn it. We can fucking put in the work and fucking get what we want out of it, and not be surprised that we got out because we did the work. So just like Ice Cube said, don't be surprised you didn't get something that you didn't do the work for. And that's just it. But if you did the work, if you actually write a script called Friday and you actually put it down with John Singleton, well, guess what? You're gonna have a super hit movie, and you actually did the fucking thing because you fucking created the script, and now you're a movie fucking editor, producer slash fucking movie star actor. It's not gonna happen by wanting. It's gonna happen by action, and that's just facts of life. So that's this morning's morning marijuana motivation. If I could get maybe Mia, can I get your help real quick? Mia, she's not hearing me. So I need a Phoenix person for this. So you know what it is, and as always, I need your help. I need your help. Yeah. So if you get anything out of this message, come. If you get anything out of this message, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and as always, peace and love, and Chigathon.
Chigathon.
Yes! That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Where's your Chigathon sticker? We had a Chigata sticker. I've been giving away stickers to all my Finland family and traveling around the world. So she's got the Chigata. So now look. Yeah. Look. Now you're Chigata. Boom, baby. Boom. And that's the show. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you can get a sticker too. Peace. Bye.
Bye.
This is so easy.